Now, our guest today could not have fit this show any better because she is a shuja. She has battled cancer since 2016 and now she's finally cancer-free. And she's here to share her journey with us. I'm talking about Mwende Mutiso. Yay!
Thank you for having me.
You're a shuja, man. You are a shuja. So I guess let's start from the beginning. Like 2016, what happened for you to be like, okay, maybe I need to go and get this lab checked?
Okay, so my cancer story starts in 2014.
Oh, 2014, okay.
Yes, when I went to a medical camp and I was showed how to do self-examination.
Okay. Maybe you could show them, by the way, because you know, breast awareness month, breast cancer awareness. Like, how do you do it? By the way, maybe you can just tell them how you did it.
Okay, so first you need to lie flat. You need to lie flat and then use 3 fingers. If you're examining the left hand, the left breast, you need to put your hand behind, and then with these 3 fingers you need to just feel your breast all the way around. You know, slowly, gently, but don't poke. Don't poke your breast, but it should. Yes, exactly. You know, and then you also need to stand in front of a mirror when you're naked and just lift your hands slowly up to just see if the breasts are moving the same direction, you know, moving simultaneously, and if one is big or not, you know, you basically just need to already know how your body is, so that if there's anything amiss, you can already have it checked.
All right, amazing. You learn something new every day here.
Absolutely.
All right, so you're saying 2014?
Yes, so I learned how to do this breast examination, and I was doing it every once a month.
Nice.
And for, you know, I was doing it because, you know, why not?
To do it,
Why not? Yeah, I didn't think I was in risk of any kind of cancer at all. So in 2015, towards the end, when I was doing the examination, I noticed a lump. It was really small on my left breast, really small, like a bead, a small bead, a dengue actually. You know, and I didn't think it was anything, so I just waited it out a bit, had it checked in a clinic, and it was brushed off because at that time I was 23 years old, and
they're like, there's
no way, and I don't have any history in our family. So it took about 7 months to get actually diagnosed after visiting approximately 5 different hospitals. Yeah, so, you know, being young, and most of the time there's this criteria that you have to be over 40 years to start doing mammograms and what have you. So I didn't think cancer was for the young. And I didn't think I had any risk of getting cancer.
So why did you go to the hospital then if you didn't feel like that?
I think it was
just
more
to check
of
it
just
out.
knowledge, to just know. I don't think it's there, but I just want to go and have it checked. So once I got my first diagnosis, of course it was really surreal, and I didn't believe it. So I went to a different hospital for a second opinion. I had the second opinion done. The results came back the same. And I was diagnosed with stage 0 breast cancer.
Oh, there's stage 0?
There is stage 0. So this is the period where they actually call it pre-cancer. So the cancer has not spread, and it's still in the milk ducts. So the particular one I had is called ductal carcinoma in situ.
Ductal carcinoma?
Yeah, I know. So for me, when I was actually told, I felt it was French for me, because, you know, I didn't know anything
about it.
So, but, you know, in layman's language, it's just stage 0 breast cancer. So I went ahead, because I didn't have any medical insurance at all, including NHIF. I decided to go ahead and do a surgery to remove the lump. So at that time I didn't even know it had a name. It's called a lumpectomy, which is now removal of the lump and the surrounding tissues. So I did that, and when the results now came back and I was told I have cancer, I decided to go to a public hospital to get treatment. So unfortunately at that time, it was around June 2016, I went to one of the public hospitals and the queues were so long. So my schedule for starting radiotherapy was the following year in January. Yes.
From June?
From June. So I had about 6-7 months to wait to start radiotherapy. And I remember one of my mentors, when I shared this with her, she told me, you know, cancer does not know how to wait. You've already done the surgery, you already need to start treatment. So through their help and my family family's help through crowdfunding. We raised enough money to go so that I can seek treatment in a private hospital. Yeah, so when I went to now the private hospital, and the doctor was examining me so that he can give me the red flag so I can start radio. He noticed that the lump was still there. It had not done properly. Oh, no. Yeah, so I was given 2
So the surgery wasn't done properly?
Yes,
so
the surgery.
So it wasn't successful?
It was not successful. And unfortunately, because we were so green in this cancer treatment and what have you, we didn't think of first doing, or actually, we were told to do several tests, but we got this shortcut since it was much cheaper. You know, just go remove it, have it examined instead of doing MRIs and ultrasound because it was so expensive. So unfortunately, because of that, when the surgery was being done, they didn't treat it as malignant tumor. So, you know, I had,
to people what
malignant is basically cancerous. They treated it as just a lump. You know, because most of the time, 90% of the time, when somebody has a lump in their breast, it's usually not cancerous. So when I was now told that I needed to do another lumpectomy again, to do this test, the series of tests, and do lumpectomy, then do radiotherapy, or do lumpectomy, radiotherapy, and then be on treatment, on medication for 5 years, or do mastectomy, which is now removal of the whole breast, and then 5 years of medication. You know, we opted for the cheapest alternative, which was now the removal. At that time, I actually thought it was cheaper. You know, it's cheaper. I need to, and I need to just finish this cancer manenos because I wanted my life back. So I did a mastectomy. I removed one of my breasts. And at that time, you know, I made the decision quite easily.
How old were you then?
23.
Wow.
And I know.
The decision to have a mastectomy easily.
I know. I actually made it the same day I was told.
Why was it
when you were told this is an option, you were like, I'll take it?
Because I was afraid of dying. You know, we have this
you were like, whatever, I can stop it.
Because I need to, first of all, stay alive and use the least possible amount of money because we were not financially able.
Self-preservation, very important.
So after, I remember it was a Monday, and I booked the mastectomy for Friday. And, you know, after going through the welfare and cashiers, you know, I was told the mastectomy alone was something like $500,000. So for me, it was like, hey, no, this is too much. I remember even telling the doctor, okay, let me do this. We are going to look for money. When we find, we will come back. And, you know, through my support system, I have to say I have a great support system. You know, they helped me fundraise and they did this treatment. So by around September, October 2016, the results came back from the surgery and I was told I'm cancer-free.
Oh my God. But taking out your breasts at 23, did you even consult your parents? Did you consult before you say, okay, this is what I want to do?
I think I have to say I think I was on autopilot because the whole thing dawned on me about a year later when I was now trying these different clothes which were showing cleavage, and I realized I actually can't wear them anymore. You know, and I became really you know, my self-esteem really went down and I didn't like the image I was seeing, you know, the image which was staring back at me when I was looking at myself. You know, I could not recognize myself anymore. So I went into deep depression for about, you know, a year, almost 2 years actually.
Oh my gosh.
And through this time, due to all the support I was getting, I was able to actually seek medical assistance.
In therapy?
Yes, therapy. Because initially I had not gone to any therapy, no cancer
You just did the
support
surgery
group.
and tried to move on with your life.
Yes, exactly. You know, because initially before I got this diagnosis, I had just started my degree, psychology and counseling. And I had done 1 semester, then this diagnosis happened.
I mean, see how some things just drive you to, you know, like, cheki wase. Mimi kama ujaona shujaa leo, mimi sijui unangoja kuona gani. We still have Mwende Mutiso in the building. Do you have any questions? 111 444 111 is the SMS line. Lakini situkunywe ka break kidogo, tukirudi tumeni hizo maswali, we gonna read them. Welcome back. Nilikuwa najua huwezi enda mahali because you have to switch for good. Imagine Mwende is here and she's telling us a story that's deep. If misijui unafilaje, 111 444 111 ni SMS line yetu. Mwende, at 23, experiencing all this depression. So how did you come out of it after therapy? Because let me tell you something, you'll go to the most expensive therapist, but if your mindset is stuck on, oh my God, you know, like self-pity, you cannot move on. Ata uende kwa nani njenga, that's the biggest therapist and psychologist that we have here in Kenya. But how did you like tell yourself, listen, you have to survive, you have to be the shujaa here? How did you come out of that depression?
I have to say I started living a day at a time.
Okay.
You know, and because I was putting so much pressure on myself because I didn't understand why. I've already been told I am cancer free, but I'm not happy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm feeling so low. And, you know, I had to come and start actually loving myself. You know, I had to learn, to relearn, to unlearn some of the things I thought, you know, and to just know that, you know, as much as I do have one breast, you know what, I am beautiful.
Exactly.
And I don't need to have two breasts to be
To feel
validated,
beautiful,
as in, you know, being a woman. So I had to really start loving myself and living a day at a time.
Oh wow, okay. So fast forward to what, 3 years later now, a year later after your therapy.
Yeah, so 3 years later,
Okay, 3 years
actually,
later.
after,
Okay.
you know, well, after therapy, I started getting better and I went back to school to resume my degree. So 2 semesters in now end of 2019, no, actually end of 2018, again around December, underneath my scar, I noticed there was a small lump.
Yes.
So I went to have it checked because at that particular time I was so nervous and because of all what was happening. So I had it checked and it was diagnosed as a cyst. So
Which is
a cyst is, you know,
a growth.
a growth, kind of, you know, and I was told it might be because of the surgery, so that, you know, it's not harmful.
They made you think it was nothing to worry
Did
about.
it go away?
No, it did not. It started growing a little bit bigger, like now a bean size. And a few months later, I noticed on my neck the lymph nodes were slightly swollen, no pain at all. So I just thought, you know, it's time to go back to the hospital. I went back, I did some series of tests again, and I received my results now in November 2019. The cancer was back. And at this particular time, it had spread. You know, the way I said I had stage 0, now my diagnosis was stage 4 breast cancer. The cancer had spread to my cervical lymph nodes and one of my lungs. So again, I had to, you know, I was feeling as if I'm taking a step forward and then 2 backwards. I know, I even 5. Yeah, so I felt really, you know, it scared me. And I didn't know what to do. And I have watched enough movies to see when somebody has stage 4, that like is no it. Return, you know, they are usually bedridden and what have you. But I didn't have any other symptoms other than the lumps, no pain, nothing. So I went to see now the first oncologist after this diagnosis. And I remember asking her, so what is my prognosis? And she told me, I think you have another 1 year with us.
What? Did she say it like that? Yes. Did she say it like that?
Casually like that?
My God.
Like that.
Oh,
So,
no.
And I remember wondering, did she understand
What I
my
asked?
question differently? Because I was thinking,
Were
does
you like
she
1
mean
year of
a
treatment?
I know,
You know?
that is exactly what I thought.
Oh my
And
God.
at that time, I just thought, you know what? okay, I have
Wait,
one.
you're not in pain?
I'm
all
not
this
in
time?
pain.
Okay.
You know, I'm
You're
breathing
eating
very
normally?
well. I'm eating normally.
Wow.
I'm okay. You know, as far as I'm concerned, I'm really
sawa,
okay.
yeah.
So that particular time, I just thought, okay, I have 1 year to live. I need to make a few decisions
yeah.
and changes in my life. You know, I started writing a bucket list because I was just thinking, okay, I haven't done so much. And I was in this, you know, this dark bubble of depression. So I had not
Really
completely come out of it. But at that time, I just thought, you know what? I'll do what I can, and the rest I'll just leave it up to God. I started my bucket list, and I started canceling, you know, things out. Small things like, you know, eating ice cream under the rain. You know, the cliche ones. I know. And during that time, I also gained this sense of hope. Because I was thinking, you know, as much as we do hope, we do plan for tomorrow, but no one knows what is in store for us. And I decided to start living really purposefully, intentionally, and not taking anything for granted, and you know, just going outside the house and breathing the fresh air.
It was the smallest
thing. Exactly. So for me, that kind of helped me through my diagnosis and treatment, because after now the second diagnosis, I had to do chemo. And chemo can take a toll on your body, your emotional, physical, you know. And you know, I have to say,
I hear it actually makes you more sick before it makes you better.
Yes, it does. God. Because I didn't have symptoms, but I think after the third cycle of chemo, I was completely sick. Oh, no. You know, the palms of my hands were completely black. You know, the nail beds were bleeding, because I know the chemo effect. They are just insane.
How did that change you as a person?
I have to say, you know, because of the people I was also surrounding myself with, we did thrive a lot on humor, especially cancer humor. So I will do something because of how I will start limping, because the soles of my feet were aching as well. So when I was limping, my sister would make fun of me, for example, and we will just start laughing.
Like, what would she say? What is this humor looking like? Because it's cancer, and you're joking about it, and it's in your body. What are these jokes?
Let me tell you, like, one of my favorite ones is when there's a time due to surgery, this hand, my right hand, has a condition called lymphedema. It cannot swell. You know, the lymph fluid is not moving properly due to the lymph nodes which were removed. So when I was doing there's this time I was doing exercises on my hand, and I remember my sister and at that time my boyfriend, they were telling me to stand straight. So I was not wearing a prosthesis, which is now the fake boob. So I was just wearing a t-shirt, and they kept on telling me to stand straight. Actually, so the thing was, I was actually standing straight. It's because of the breast, so it looks as if I'm standing this inclined. So you know, we made fun of every little thing, and during this period, that's when I even started gaining weight, because I had struggled with weight for the longest time, even before I was sick. So I started gaining weight, and I was thinking, you know what? There's actually a silver lining to this chemo.
There's always a silver lining. That's such a positive attitude to have.
But then I didn't know they were actually like fake legit, because let me ask for people who are over there just saying, si ulitoa na mbona mi naona. Please explain to them, please.
Okay, so with women who have mastectomies, we have special bras, and the bras have pockets inside. So we have there's different types of prostheses. They're fake boobs. Some of them are silicone, which are more expensive. They are better, but you know, they range between they range between 2,500 and 50,000, depending on the quality. I know. Yeah, we do have others which have, which are hand woven, and they have like fiber inside. You can just kind of wear, like, you can't really tell
How
me
much is that bra? The one that you're wearing now.
The size of the bra.
No,
wait, you
amount.
can choose the sizes?
Yes, you can.
Wow. Okay, so if tomorrow you want to feel like Dolly Parton,
you can get them.
Yeah?
Because why not?
See, silver lining.
Yes.
But let me ask the most important question now.
Yes.
Dating scene. I mean, before you date someone and you have to explain to them, by the way, because not many people know about these things.
Yeah.
So how is it like? Have you been dating?
And do you tell them immediately?
And then you tell
or
them,
do you wait for like the third date?
Okay, so when before my diagnosis, I was dating a particular person, a long-term relationship, which unfortunately ended last year.
Okay.
But so with him, for instance, he had no problem with me having
because
one
been
breast.
with you for like forever.
Yes. Yeah. So, and I remember even wanting to do a reconstruction, and he was like, unless you're doing it for you don't do it.
For me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So,
nice.
and after, of course, the breakup, I've gone to a few dates. And sometimes I kind of just do it, like, I usually play it like a game in my head. Let's see his reaction.
Yeah.
So, I have to say, I have met people who are kabisa shallow. And when they hear about my diagnosis or they hear that I don't have one breast, they immediately ghost me.
Oh, wow.
And
you respect the dead. you let them be.
Yes, and I have met so many other people who do not, they take these diagnoses as just another detail of my life.
Right.
Because cancer does not define me. I am more than this disease.
That's true. So obviously it's a year later and you're still here with us, thankfully. Like,
Huyo mwenye alimwambia cheki already wewe uone umse ati wewe uone already umse akona shida.
Thankfully yes, you're still here with us, but what was it like knowing that I'm living my last year on earth? Like, you had made, like, it's actually your friends and family who told you just do the chemo. Yeah. Like, you had made up your mind. Like, this is my last year. Like, what was it like?
Initially, I was just thinking, you know what, I'm not going to get so sick and then die after a year. I'd rather enjoy than die later. But, what made me kind of do the treatment and decide to do it is because I just felt, there are so many things which are unknown. We never know. Maybe a cure for stage 4 cancer will be found tomorrow or today or next year. We don't know that. So it's really just hoping for a brighter tomorrow and living today. I just ensure that by the time I go to sleep, I feel like, I am fulfilled and contented with what I've done the whole day.
Nice. So it's even the small things. You didn't go and like do some grand, like, because I feel like if I knew I had my last year on earth, I'd try and do like the grandest things, then like leave a legacy or something. For you, it was the small things.
It was. That's and amazing. I also had the bigger things, I joined, for instance, this year I joined a group called Kilele Health. Okay. And they have, they are made up of cancer survivors and caregivers. Oh, nice. They started last year and they summited Mount Kenya. So I decided this year, because I also wanted to tick that out of my bucket list, I joined them. And luckily, actually, in between 20th and 24th of September, we did summit. And I managed to reach the top, and I am so proud of myself.
Shuja.
You are such a shuja, honestly.
Thank you so much for coming, Mwende. And just in case anyone wants, sadly, our time is up, man. I feel so bad. We could go on and on and on. But I'm sure there are people who'd love to talk to you. They're probably going through the same thing, or they have relatives or friends going through the same thing, and they probably want to reach you. So where could they get you at?
Okay, so my Instagram and Facebook handles is Mwende_Mutiso. They can also search me on YouTube, Mwende Mutiso.
All right.
Yes, so I've been trying to start a channel for just
Please start, don't try.
I know.
Do it.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
We'll be here to like and subscribe. All right, thank you so much, Mwende. As in, just keep being a shuja, man. Please. You have such a positive attitude. You've gone through a lot, like. we love
celebrate
to
you.
see it. We love to see it. Anyway, guys, that's all we have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place.
And Sky Girls.
Oh, and Sky Girls.
Yes.
Recap
Is
coming up next.